There are certain things that every single man should own to not only help him get more dates with beautiful women, but also just live the best bachelor life possible, but mostly to get more dates. So the following list is my essentials that you must have if you're a single man. And yeah, the Hugh Hefner robe is pretty cool, but it's not one of them. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and these are 7 things that you should definitely own if you're a single man. Number 7 is the paid version of Tinder. Now, online dating is not my preferred method for meeting women. However, if you're traveling to different places, different countries, then you can actually set up dates ahead of time, like a week or 2 ahead of time if you have the paid version of Tinder, because you can change your location. And you can start swiping, matching, and messaging women ahead of time before you even arrive. In fact, I've had plenty of times where I arrive in a new city and I already had a date that very same night, the first night that I arrived. But I also know how frustrating it can be when you're swiping, you're not getting a lot of matches, and you're sending messages when you finally do get a match and she doesn't reply, or she does reply, but then it just doesn't lead to a date. So to help you out, I'm gonna put a link down in the description to a new program we have where our wing girl Lynn is gonna help you out. She's actually gonna look at your profile and tell you which pictures to remove, what pictures that you need to add, what kind of pictures that you need to take, the best first message to send. She's gonna totally redo your bio and just give you a whole profile makeover. So make sure to check that out because it's absolutely worth it. And it's a great feeling when you arrive in a city and you already have dates lined up. Next is this little bad boy right here called the Osmo Mini Gimbal, because my preferred way of meeting women is not on Tinder. I much rather meet women in person, but I want to see what I look like. I want to film my approaches. So I just use this thing. I hold it right about here and it's filming my face the whole time. It doesn't even really look like a camera, and if she does notice that I'm filming myself, it's not a big deal. It doesn't look like I'm filming her, so she usually isn't gonna care. But this is a great way for me to analyze my approaches afterwards. And I highly recommend that you take advantage of our mentorship programs where you can send in your footage just like this, and you don't have to use this, you can use your phone too. It works just as well. And let us look at your approach, fine tune it, because when you make the adjustments that an expert like myself or my team gives you, your approaches become so much more powerful. You get better reactions, better responses from women, and it just feels amazing to walk up to a beautiful woman and just see her absolutely light up. And of course, it's great if you can just walk up to a random woman and go on a date with her right then and there. Then you don't have to worry about all the texting and writing each other back and forth. Start going for instant dates with women that you meet in everyday situations, and bring your Osmo Pocket Gimbal with you so you can analyze your facial expressions, your tone of voice, and all your verbals and nonverbals so you can figure out what you're doing right and what you need to improve upon. Now, number 5 are some cool sunglasses. Now, this is not just to keep the sun out of your eyes. This is when you approach a beautiful woman, it can actually make the approach just seem even more badass and really create kind of a movie moment with her. Because when you remove your sunglasses, when you do it in a slow, confident way like this, I know it's a little cheesy, but I've had so many women actually compliment me on the way I approach them, and specifically, they like the way I took off my sunglasses. I know it's kind of silly, but it really creates intensity and it creates a moment. Like when you pull down your sunglasses, especially slowly, it shows her that what you're about to say is important because you had to remove your sunglasses to tell her. And the key, like I said, is to do it in a slow way. If you say, "Hey, I just saw you here, you're really cute," it has no effect. But if you slow down and you're like, "Hey, real quick, I just saw you here and I just thought you're really pretty," she's probably gonna melt. Now, I'm not gonna be like other channels and do a 5-minute pitch on what sunglasses to buy. Just get yourself a pair of sunglasses. To me, it doesn't really matter. I only spend 10 or 15 bucks on sunglasses because I usually lose them or break them, and honestly, I don't think people really pay attention to the brands that much. I could be wrong, so sue me. If you love spending hundreds of dollars on sunglasses, that's totally fine. Do it. It's just not my thing. By the way, man, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, because I have a lot of awesome content coming your way to help you feel more confident, just be more badass, and be the best Total 10 version of yourself. And speaking of Total 10 version of yourself, make sure to join our Facebook group. group called Total 10. It's free, and we have tons of badasses in there helping each other out, giving each other tons of value, and it's just a really cool community of guys helping guys out. So I'll drop a link to the Facebook community down in the description. Next on our list is good old condoms. Now, this seems obvious. Of course, you're a grown man, you've gone through sex ed. I don't think we need to talk about that. But a lot of guys just aren't prepared. In fact, when I teach workshops and we're going out that evening, I ask guys, hey, who has a condom? And only usually about half the room says they have one on them. And when you're not prepared like that, not only could you find yourself in a position when you're with a beautiful woman and now you can't take things as far as you might want to, but also you're telling your subconscious that you don't expect intimacy to happen, that you don't think a woman would want to go home with you. Whereas when you put this in your front pocket when you go out at night, whether it's going for a date or going out to the bar or club, you're telling yourself, your subconscious, like, hey, I'm a cool guy, I'm an attractive guy, there's always a chance it might happen. So not only is it for safety and for preventing unwanted pregnancies, but it can also be a slight unconscious confidence booster. And on that same token, make sure to always have gum or mints on you at all times when you leave the house. Even if you're not expecting to go on a date or expecting to meet a beautiful woman, you never know when and where you might meet a woman and go on an instant date with her, especially if you've been watching a lot of the videos on this channel and you've been implementing what I teach you. Then every time you see a beautiful woman, you at least go up to her and say hi and at least try to make her day. But there's a good chance you might end up on an instant date with her and you might be making out with her, or at least be very close to her. You don't want her to be turned off because your breath be stanky. So it's kind of like that subconscious mental boost, having the condom in your pocket, having mints on you at all times, provide a little bit of a mental boost to your psyche because you're telling yourself, hey, I might meet a beautiful woman at any time and we might be on an instant date and we might be making out. So I better be prepared. Speaking of meeting beautiful women, number 2 is having Instagram. Now you might already have Instagram, but you might not be using it properly because nowadays just about every woman, more or less, under the age of probably 35 has Instagram because women are obsessed with taking and showing off their pictures. And when she meets a new guy such as yourself, she's gonna wanna do her homework and make sure you're a cool or at least a normal guy. Basically make sure you're not a psycho killer. And an easy way for her to do that is to find you on social media. And nowadays, a lot of girls aren't on Facebook because of all the privacy issues and because, their mom and their grandparents are on social media, so it's just not as cool as it used to be. Nowadays, it's pretty much all about Instagram. And not only that, but a woman's a lot more likely to give out her Instagram handle versus her phone number. Because her phone number is a lot more intimate. Maybe only her really close friends or family have her phone number, whereas lots of guys might have her Instagram. So it can be used as a stepping stone to get her phone number. For example, when I first meet a woman, I say, hey, do you have Instagram? Cool, what's your Instagram? Here, put it in my phone. And then I say, here, put your number in too. And sometimes they put both, other times they just put their Instagram and they say they're not comfortable giving out their phone number, which is totally fine because then you can just message her, or even better yet, send her voice messages on Instagram and just go back and forth and get a date that way. But of course, the best option, if you're not busy and she's not busy, is go for an instant date. So I'm gonna give you a copy of my free conversation cheat sheet so that you know exactly what to do, what to say when you first see a woman that you want to approach, how to get an instant date, and what to do when you're on that date so that you don't run out of things to say and that she sees you in the best light possible and that you have a great date. So if you don't already have a copy of the free conversation cheat sheet, then get it, man. So if you don't have Instagram, go download it right now. It's totally free. And you can follow me because I'm always dropping tons of value on my Instagram and I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM and we can actually chat. And then finally, number 1, my personal favorite, is the magic wand massager. Because not only is it great to use on yourself when your legs are aching or you have any type of joint or muscle pain, but you can use it with a woman at the end of your date. And I usually just keep it out next to my bed and she'll see it and say, what is that? And then you just say, let me show you. And then you start massaging her back, you can start massaging her legs. It feels really good and it can definitely help lead things to intimacy. But not only that, but if you're with a woman who has trouble having an orgasm, the magic wand massager will definitely do the trick. So look, man, I'll put a link to all of these items down in the description. Definitely check them out, get them, because they're gonna make your life a whole lot better, especially as a single man. And also make sure to follow me and my entire team on social media. Send me a message on Instagram. I'd love to chat with you. And make sure to join our free Facebook group where we have guys all over the world helping each other out and even meeting up and winging each other. So join the group because you can get a lot of value there. And me and my team members are always on there posting and helping guys out. And finally, make sure to download the free conversation cheat sheet so you always know what to say when you see a woman walking down the street or at a bar or at a coffee shop, whatever the situation might be, so that you can easily get an instant date with her. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, because we have a lot of awesome content coming your way to help you be more attractive, more confident, and just be the best badass version of yourself. And leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think of this video, other videos you'd like to see on this channel, or other items that you think every single man should own. Drop it down in the comments because I'm gonna read your comments and I might actually use some of your recommendations. And give me one of these if you liked this video. I really appreciate it. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.